Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. Today we'll take a look at the Kingpin. Now I don't have him as a 4-star, so we'll just have to make do with the 3-star version. I try not to level and rank any of my 3-stars outside of an advancement event, and since the skill advancement event is going on right now, I decided to go ahead and take him up. I was able to take him straight up to rank 4, which is something I'm not usually able to do. And it was also enough to get me all of the milestones for the advancement event. So we're going to check out his stats and we'll have a bit of gameplay so you guys can see his specials. So let's get started. Alright, we'll take a look at his attributes real quick. He's just a 3-star, so there's nothing too exciting here. You guys can see what his attributes are. Switch over to percentages so you guys can take a look at that as well. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and check out his signature ability. It's called True Nature. Passive readies himself to bring his ill intent upon the contest, beginning the fight with 2 rage debuffs active on himself. When Kingpin exits overpower mode, he has a chance to gain up to 4 rage debuffs, with each having a 59% chance to activate. Now that started out as 25%, and as you can see I put a few Sig Stones into him, so he's level 16, so it actually scales pretty decently. Alright, Rage. Whenever Kingpin gains a debuff, he has a 50% chance to convert it into a permanent rage debuff that has no effect. Each debuff on Kingpin only strengthens his resolve, increasing attack by 116.75. Of course that will increase as your signature level increases, and power gain rate by 5%. Whenever the opponent evades one of Kingpin's attacks, he gains a rage debuff. Cooldown 1.5 seconds. Overpower. If Kingpin ever has 8 debuffs, he converts them into an overpower buff lasting 12 seconds and increasing his attack by 1167.5. That's at the current signature level and will increase. While in overpower mode, Kingpin's special attacks become unblockable and he cannot gain rage debuffs. His heavy attacks. While charging a heavy attack, Kingpin becomes unstoppable for 0.8 seconds and has 1233.33 additional physical resistance. Now the reason that is important is because when you become unstoppable, it does not prevent you from taking damage. Alright, if Kingpin lands 3 heavy attacks within 2.5 seconds of each other, he gains Fury, increasing his attack by 350.25 for 10 seconds. While Kingpin has this Fury buff, he cannot become unstoppable. Okay, so his special 1 attack infects the opponent with Black ISO 8, dealing 700.5 direct damage over 12 seconds. Opponents under Black ISO 8 suffer 45% reduced defensive ability accuracy and attack. That can be interesting. Special attack 2, 100% chance to gain an unstoppable buff, which lasts for 6.5 seconds. That can be very useful actually. While unstoppable, each strike landed on Kingpin has a 100% chance to activate a rage debuff. Special attack 3, Kingpin gains 2 rage debuffs. If he's in overpower mode, he instead refreshes the duration of overpower mode. Alright, so we'll take a look at him against Winter Soldier, of course. I don't think that's a good fight to showcase all that he can do, because Winter Soldier doesn't really tend to put a lot of debuffs on you, unless he's bleeding you or he's switched to his Incinerary or something like that. But we'll take a look and see what we can see. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, here's the team I went in with, and as you can see I have 5 synergies active. Kingpin gets the competition synergy from Hood, which increases Kingpin's rage conversion chance by 15%. He also gets the Bane of Hell's Kitchen synergy from Daredevil, which adds 60% attack to his heavy attacks, and they cannot trigger passive evade. Now I have not tested this, but it seems like it could be very useful against auto evade champs like Spider-Man and Nightcrawler. Daredevil has his romance synergy active thanks to Black Widow being on the team, and it adds 5% power gain. Hood has Dark Empowerment courtesy of Dormammu, and that gives all non-robot villains 20% chance to revive at 10% health when receiving a knockout blow. And finally, we have Dormammu with the inseparable synergy he gets with Hood, and that increases the special 3 damage of all champions by 8%. Alright, so hopefully you'll enjoy this short fight. As I said before, I'm only really wanting to show off the special attacks and the heavy attacks of Kingpin. So we'll start out with the special 1, and we'll then show the special 2, and then the special 3, and then I'll just start doing some heavy attacks until he knocks me out. Alright, so hopefully you'll enjoy the video. Alright, coming up is his special 3, and I gotta admit, I love his special 3. Just look at the attitude in this special 3. You just gotta love it. It's pure Kingpin. Look at that lovely belly bounce. And speaking of a belly bounce, we were having this discussion in Brian Grant's stream the other day. Kingpin is not fat. He looks fat, but if you look it up, you'll find out that he's almost all muscle. I thought that he was fat myself when I first encountered him in the comics when I was a kid. But just look it up. The information's out there. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the fight. Hope you enjoyed it or found it informative. If you enjoyed the video, please consider clicking like. If you have not subscribed already to me, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below, let me know what you thought of the video, and you guys have a blessed day.